everyone, Jav here. So in this show, I'm going to talk about some of the key aspects of a simple yet comprehensive travel safety protocol. In COVID times, travel is one of the probably most complicated things. Is one of those activities that NGOs are given a lot of thought to. Travel took a big hit at the start of the pandemic, when a lot of NGOs actually just stopped any international travel. It wasn't just because they didn't want their staff exposed to the risk of COVID-19 or due to the uncertainties around the pandemic, but also because a lot of countries closed their borders and suspended flights. So now when we see a gradual return to some sort of normality, some sort of resumption of flights, borders reopening and all that, many NGOs are contemplating the idea of how safely to resume international travel and in doing so, how to keep the staff safe and secure. So today I'm going to share with you 10 key things that you must consider as you look into revamping and improving your existing travel safety protocols. Or if you don't have a travel safety protocol, now is probably a good time to actually develop one by taking into account the 10 things I'm going to talk about today. So number one, you've got to establish whether the travel is essential, because this is really no time to be traveling for unnecessary business or business that can be effectively carried out through virtual or electronic means. Number two, check flight situation. Are flights operating? Commercial flights available, or would you be taking some special humanitarian flights? And then also check what are the COVID-19 testing requirements and if there is going to be an on-arrival quarantine requirement. The third thing that you want to check is what is the COVID-19 situation at the destination or any layover location. You also want to check what is the healthcare readiness, because you definitely don't want to send your staff to a location, to a country, to a region where the healthcare is already under immense pressure or they're in the middle of a second or third wave, because you don't want your staff to be in that situation where if they, God forbid, get infected, they will find it really difficult to even access healthcare. Number four, have a conversation with the traveler in a confidential and sensitive manner if they are concerned about any underlying health conditions or if they're caring for someone that may be susceptible to COVID-19 due to health, age, or other factors. Why it's important is because some travelers may have underlying health conditions that they may not have disclosed to their employer beforehand, which is fine because people have a right to disclose what they want to disclose. But when you're asking someone to travel for business purposes, please allow your staff an opportunity to raise any concerns that they might have about their personal health, which might make them nervous around traveling. Number five, and it's very important, is to have comprehensive travel insurance for all your travelers. And this insurance should include COVID-19 related medical evacuations. Number six, if your staff are expected to travel to a risky environment or a high-risk location, or if they're going to be involved in activities that may expose them to heightened risk, then they should have attended a comprehensive safety and security training and also a first aid training. And speaking about first aid, number 7, please make sure that your staff are carrying a personal first aid kit and any regular medication in their original packing with a doctor's note, if that applies to them. Make sure that anyone that's traveling for business purposes, their next of kin or emergency contact details are securely maintained with the human resources. And if they're traveling to a context where the risk of abduction and kidnap is high, then a proof of life form should also be completed. Number 9 is full logistics information. Who's going to be picking them up from the airport or from a point of entry? What is the logistics of traveling? Where are they going to be? Where are they going to stay? What are the activities that they may be involved in? And if they're traveling to a context where the risk of abduction and kidnap is high, then a proof of life form should also be completed. Number 10 is full logistics information. Who's going to be picking them up from the airport or from a point of entry? where they're going to be staying, what is the safety, security status of that accommodation facility, what is the area like, what kind of vehicles would be used, what about communication, would they have a working mobile phone, would they have a local SIM, what about money. All these logistics information must be clarified at stage number 9. But also context-specific safety and security advice. What are the local security rules? What is happening on the ground at the moment? Are there any important dates that they must be aware of? What is the weather like? What is the local culture? All of those things must be addressed in a pre-travel safety and security briefing that should also cover all aspects of logistics. And the traveler should have the opportunity to ask questions in that meeting. And the last point, which is point number 10, after completing all these steps 1 to 9, then you ask the traveler if they consent to travel, knowing all the risks involved, knowing what safety security measures are in place. Are they comfortable? Do they accept any residual risk? So travelers' informed consent is really important before travel actually goes ahead. And after that, it's the line manager that also has to accept any residual risk and then approve the travel. So this is in summary. I'm going to show you on the screen now. So that, my dear friends, gives you a little bit of idea as to how a good, effective travel safety procedure could look like. Let me know what you think. Until next time, this is Jav signing out. Stay safe.